Hey everybody, welcome back to the Before I Forget podcast, the one and only show on the internet where I ask Cage to prepare some topics for the next episode, and of course he doesn't do it.
The one and only podcast where Uff comes in fucking 30 seconds ago and is like, let's record a podcast with no prior warning. And also, North Korean missiles can reach us.
They can. Cage, you wanna elaborate on that?
Well, Uff, not really, but since you asked, I'll go ahead and do it anyway.
You brought it up, you're
Uh,
welcome.
North Korea recently, they pull shit all the time, North Korea. Fucking, that's the pitfalls of being a dictatorship, I guess. And, they did the old ICBM test, and it went like 2,000 or 2,800 uh, miles or kilometers, one of the two. I don't remember which. I think they did one, and it was far enough to reach like 3/4 of the way to the U.S. if it had been launched like mostly horizontally, but they do it straight vertical just to test the distance. And they did this one. They launched it a little bit to the east, over towards Japan, and it went like fucking 4,000 kilometers, and that's enough to reach pretty much anywhere in the U.S. And they bragged about that a bit, as they do.
Well, you have to consider firing straight up, you're working against gravity.
Yeah,
Gravity.
gravity.
Gravity. Firing pretty much straight across at the US, you don't have too much gravity to worry about. So,
And then like there's also were they testing with fully loaded like DK decoy warheads, or were they
Donkey Kong.
fucking empty?
They're just firing. They're firing monkeys over
They're
the border.
firing monkeys, barrels of them. That's their plan. They're gonna be parachuting monkeys down, and they're just gonna start tearing shit up. It's gonna be fucking Planet of the Apes style.
Oh, if all right, if World War III happens, how do you think it's gonna? You think it's gonna be barrel full of monkeys style?
No, I think it's gonna be everyone's gonna fire missiles at everyone else, and some of them are gonna hit, and
Some of
then
them are gonna hit.
everyone's gonna be fucked. Yeah, well, some of them will be stopped by like international defenses and shit. They'll be shot down, but some of them are gonna get through, and everyone's gonna be fucked, except the rich people who have bunkers and shit. They'll
I
just
don't
be
think a
fucked
bunker is
slowly.
gonna save you from a hydrogen bomb.
I mean, it depends on what side it hits. If the bunker's far enough away, it's more protection than not having a bunker.
I mean, there are enough. There are enough atom bombs and hydrogen bombs in the world to blow up the Earth like 20 times.
Yeah.
Is that good? Fuck no. It's terrible.
I mean, it's all right if there's aliens attacking and we hit them with it, but that's not gonna fucking happen. So,
No, it's not. Ooh. Here's a question for you, Cage. Do aliens exist
I mean, yeah, but
in our solar system?
not like big fucking gray shits, or not green shits. Fucking, there's little microbial life, probably, almost certainly,
The uh,
but
the thing we were talking about the other day, the tiny
the other day.
microscopic dude that can stay in space and be totally fine. The something bear.
Yeah, the
You,
micro bear.
micro bear, something like that. If you watch the podcast, you know what we're talking about. But in our solar system, no, I don't think there's any foreign alien
I
life.
mean, there's almost fucking definitely fucking bacteria on Mars,
Well,
if we're
yeah,
counting that as
that's
alien. I
that's
mean,
not
that's Mars.
necessarily.
That's not Earth. That's extraterrestrial.
I'm talking about. How about
You want
intelligent alien
sentient,
life?
sentient aliens?
Yeah.
Uh Not in our solar system.
Yep.
I don't think. I'm pretty sure if there was sentient alien life in our solar system, we would have known by now,
We would have known. Yeah. I
one
like
way
all
or
the
the
people.
other.
I like all the people who find. They look across the entire surface of Mars. They find one rock. They stare at it for a little bit and they go, you know what? That kind of looks like a representation of Tom
Well,
Cruise. So
that's
there must be
fucking.
aliens on Mars.
That's what, pareidolia. Pareidolia. I don't know exactly which way it's pronounced. The
If you
human tendency to feces. Fuck. To see faces and shit. To see faces and feces, that's human. That's human nature.
You know, I remember when I took stats, they said, or no, a little bit of stats, a little bit of psychology. If you look across a wide enough set of data, you're gonna find a coincidence. You know what? If you find a rock that looks a bit like a fist, that was in the news recently, that doesn't confirm that there's alien life on Mars. Do I
Oh
believe
man,
that?
there's that thing that looks a little bit like Donald Trump if you view it from the side, like in dim light. Is that fucking obviously he's an alien?
You gotta squint, turn upside down, and shake your body a little bit so that it's a tiny bit distorted. Only then will you see.
That's not conclusive proof. I don't know what is.
It's not. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not. Anyway, we're talking about Bitcoin passing $10,000 a share. Holy crap! I'm a little bit of a cryptocurrency novice. I've owned 2 cryptocurrencies. One of them, the developers, or no, I'm gonna tell you the story. I bought a large stock. I say large. I bought around 200 exchanging. That's what it was called. You had a lead creator per se who made the currency, and then he had developers because he wasn't too savvy with tech. So when it came time to paying the developers, the dude blocked them on Skype, removed them, and then never talked to them again. So they shut down the whole currency. I made $40 when I could have made $250, and that was that. I am now the proud owner of
For $40.
of $40. No, I bought around 7,500 Sia coin. I don't know why, because it just keeps going down. It wasn't a good investment.
What do you buy it for?
I just wanted another
No,
cryptocurrency.
like price wise.
Price wise, I paid around
Man, that long a pause, it is not a good amount.
well, here's the problem you have with cryptocurrencies. One, you need to buy Bitcoin, and that you have a tax on. Do you want just the raw dollars I paid in it, or do you want?
Yeah, I want the raw in.
So, without taxes, anything like that, I paid $30. Around 30, right? Right now, it's probably sitting at a cool $27. I haven't lost that much, but I would prefer to make some cash. My wallet is for those of you who don't know how cryptocurrencies work, you need a program on your computer that's a wallet that manages your money and keeps it safe from people trying to hack you. That's one of the things I'm not looking forward to, when people realize that they can hack and steal people's online money. Because really nothing is safe out there. Cage, have you ever experimented with a cryptocurrency?
If I knew how, I probably would have, but I didn't, and I didn't bother learning, so I didn't.
Yeah, Cage, like every other person out there, wants to go back in time and buy some Bitcoin. Which probably won't happen. Speaking of time travel, do you believe in it? Do you think it ever is going to happen?
I mean, everyone just time travels very slowly over time.
You're lucky I don't hit stop recording right now. There was an article I read that said time travel could very well be possible, but you can only go back in time, not forward. So maybe, just maybe, have you seen the pictures of the time traveler who's been in like tons of famous pictures from
I've
the
seen
1800s?
pictures of lots of people that look fairly similar to each other. Just
Yeah,
all the
again, that's the
styles,
large sample.
we're all the same.
But maybe he keeps going back in time rather than forward. And I feel like if time travel does exist,
What's the movie with the old guy that ages backwards?
the old guy that ages backwards,
Like he starts out as like this really old baby.
does he still grow up?
Yeah, he grows up and gets younger.
The Curious Case of Benjamin
That's the
Button.
one. That's the one.
I've never seen it.
I
2008.
haven't seen it either. I
Why'd
saw
you bring it up?
I saw the trailer for it, and the whole fucking time traveling thing made me think of that.
The plot of this movie is pretty funny. As an old man who physically ages backwards until he becomes a baby and then finally vanishes from the earth. What? Does he just go poof and he's gone, or does he get sucked up into the clouds?
I don't know. That wasn't in the fucking trailer.
What about this? The last 3 years of your life, you won't even know anything because of infantile amnesia.
I mean, fucking. At least you don't know the inevitable creep of death after a certain time.
So you're either a really stupid old man, which granted probably isn't that rare, or you can be the smartest person in all of the smartest kindergartner in all of Earth. That'd get kind of boring though.
Why would I want to be an old man?
Why would you? I'm telling you right now, you get more
I'd
respect
rather
from
be a
people.
kindergartner than an old man.
You get more respect from people
Just
when you're old.
as a kindergartner, you can control your bowels by that point. As an old man, all that control is just wastes away.
So you start off, you're born, you don't know how to control your bowels, you're shitting your pants. And then, it's a cycle, it's cyclical. If you can't tell, we don't
It's
have
a
that many
cycle.
topics. So we're scrolling. We're scrolling through many topics very fast.
I am right now on the world news subreddit and
The-
not fucking coming up with anything.
You don't. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on 1 second. I want to talk about an experience I had, and I think this topic. Do you want to get controversial for a little bit, Cage?
Man, fuck it.
All right. So, if I don't want this to come off as offensive, let me say that first of all.
Dude,
I do not
anyone
want this to.
who ever says I don't mean
Shut
to
up.
offend is immediately gonna offend a shitload of people.
I don't want this to come off as offensive, right? I find this genuinely interesting. If I mince my words here, please correct me, all right? So, the other day, it was about a month ago, something like that. Didn't really pay too much attention to it, and then I remembered some college classes I took. So this lady was she was running a little protest. I don't know if she was running it, but she had a small group of people there, and it was basically saying that this one company was racist, and I don't know how they proved that, but they were saying such things as, this company doesn't hire X population based on these facts or just because of the color of their skin, and that's not right, blah blah blah. And there are laws in the federal government that prohibit you from doing that. I'm sure there are loopholes around it, such as, oh, I didn't hire you because I didn't think you were qualified for the job, rather than, oh, I didn't hire you because you're Muslim or something like that. Now, on a surface level, there's nothing that screams, oh, this dude is racist, right? I'm a normal guy. I live a life, I was passing by, wasn't doing anything in particular to trigger this woman, but she took offense to it. I'm just walking past, right? I'm going to Subway, right? I need myself a meatball marinara. And this lady starts fighting with me. She's picking out fighting words, and she says, like, you're just like all the rest. You're a privileged white male who is misogynistic, who's sexist and racist. And I didn't say a word to this woman. I didn't know who she was. And I'm sitting there going like, you know, you're out here trying to fight racism when you're basically doing the same thing to me, and you're judging me because I'm white. I live in a fairly well-off neighborhood. I'm by no means am I rich. I'm 2 years out of college. You think I'm making six figures? No, not even close.
Everyone knows you can't be racist against white people or fucking sexist against men or fucking you can't fucking whatever fucking heterosexual people. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
saying that.
Heterophobic.
People who deserve it because they are those things, sure, call them out for it. Call them out for it all day long. For a man who's walking by to get a meatball marinara, no, that's not right. And for people going out trying to criticize that, I think that's totally wrong and hypocritical.
They're not doing it because they fucking agree with the message or whatever. I mean, that's like a side thing. They're doing it because they want to fucking fight people. They're just they want controversy, and so they go out there and they feed it.
The one thing that really ticks, I've said this before, I hate the news. I hate pretty much everything about the media, right?
It's all a bunch of sensationalist bullshit.
There are laws put in place so you can't slander somebody's name and purposely make them look bad, but there's plenty of laws in place that don't exist. I don't know why I said in place. There are plenty of laws that don't exist, and there are plenty of loopholes around the laws that exist that allow the media to take something out of context, which is in essence true because this person said it, and then they just take that little snippet, put it in, and make the person look really, really bad. And technically, it's not against the law because it's what the news believes to be true. Everybody else can think it's total bull honky. And just because the news believes that it's true and they published it, they have no case for libel or anything like that. And that, I believe, a lot of the sexual harassment claims have not been helped at all by the media. I think they should, just get out of it. I find it, frankly, quite boring now to open up the morning paper, which is, on my phone, because nobody reads the paper anymore. If you do,
I'll have you know, Uff, that there's a fucking newspaper right downstairs right now. I read it every Sunday for the comics.
What's in there? Is there a nice?
No, you got Garfield and Dilbert and fucking Doonesbury.
Dilbert's still in there?
Yeah, man, fucking Dilbert's the shit. Yeah, fucking shit I don't care about, like that detective guy and that fucking old
Inspector Gadget.
Man, I don't want that shit. No, if it was Inspector Gadget, I would read the shit out of it. Okay. You got fucking Dennis the Menace in there.
Dude, that was my stuff. Alright, topics are pretty good here and there. But this is serious. So, I remember I took a class in college. It was a social sciences class. It wasn't necessarily psychology. It wasn't logic. I loved logic class. If you are looking into just a free class, maybe to fill up credits in college, take logic. It's so fun.
Okay, this is unrelated, but I have a thing after you finish your thing. Okay.
Go ahead. But after I finish, of course. This social sciences class, what my professor was talking about one day was reverse racism. I'm not the type to complain about poor situations that I'm in unless somebody is feeding on my team in league. I'll get a little bit upset about that. But he was talking about reverse racism in the sense that there is a stigma against certain groups that they are racist, and because of that, other minorities and other groups have the right to point it out and be racist unto them because they are quote-unquote racist, even if you know nothing about them. And it exists. It really does exist.
Yeah, I mean, you see any website, any news thing these days, like, oh, fucking, Look at all these racist, sexist, straight white males.
Yeah.
Fucking.
And, growing up as a white male, yes, I am white. Cage is white too. Believe it or not. There have been
The
situations
whitest.
where I have been treated more proper just because of the fact that I'm white. Albeit, I haven't had that happen too many times, but I sit and wonder, come on, this is the 21st century. Are we really still worrying about this? And yeah, there are people who take that really seriously. And they're just like, oh, I won't hang out with this person because of color of skin or anything like that. Guess what? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
I don't understand how racists are like still around. I mean, it's like fucking.
There's so much hate against them, and yet they somehow, I don't know if it's just because they take all that hate and they just reflect it right back, but guess what?
They're
If you stop
narcissists.
doing that,
They don't understand that they're in the wrong.
and if you got a big swastika tattooed on your forehead, that's not really looked, lightly.
Maybe you're the problem.
I don't understand. I sit here. I have 3 cats. I have 2 cats. I hate one of the other cats. Little Ruby. He's a pain in the ass. But I sit here. I enjoy my life. And I understand that minorities and other groups, they have it bad sometimes. And in some cases, they have it awful. And there's not much they can do about it because you can't really change the color of your skin unless you're Michael Jackson or that other dude. Who was the baseball player that turned white?
Man, I don't fucking know baseball. You're lucky I know Michael Jackson.
Baseball player who turned white.
One of my friends in high school has
Sammy
that same
Sosa.
disease though, where his he plays fucking Iowa Cubs. Sammy Sosa.
Iowa Cubs?
Yeah.
It's the Chicago Cubs.
Yep. There's also the Iowa Cubs.
What? You just stole that.
Borrowed, but yeah. I've only been to like 2 baseball games in my life, and they were both the Iowa Cubs.
All right. I want to end this little controversial spree by saying one thing. I don't want to be hypocritical throughout this entire thing. Oh yeah. Other people get discriminated against all the time. I'm white and I get discriminated against. That shouldn't happen. That's not what I'm saying. I genuinely find this topic interesting, and I never really liked social sciences class. I took a family and kid raising class. That was awful. I hated that class. That was a social sciences class. But until I took this class, I had no interest.
What are you learning there?
I learned how to change a diaper and do stuff, and I'm in college.
Your baby die.
Dude, it's I can tell about this story. I can tell about this class later. I hated it though. It was awful. This one class.
Write that shit down. Tell it next episode. Or if my thing doesn't go on long enough, try to cram it in the end of this one.
This class though, I really liked it because it was all about interactions between cultures and people. And this one point, it only lasted for around 30 minutes, but it was fascinating. I really liked it, and I looked into it a bit more, and it exists out there. A lot of people don't like to say that it exists because, oh, you are privileged enough to where you shouldn't complain about this. Well, in essence, yes, but everybody has the right to complain about whatever they want, even if it is the smallest thing. You may get shit for it, but if it's a problem, it's a problem. Anyway, if you want to weigh in on this conversation, I would love to hear your answers. I read all the comments, OJ.
Yeah, OJ and anyone else in the future who might possibly decide to comment. If OJ is not monopolizing the fucking comment scene.
He's
We
gonna
will
buy
pin
our
you.
comment section.
We'll
He's our
pin you
only
to our
sponsor.
comments if you're not OJ.
Anyway, Cage, what was the logic story that you wanted to talk about?
Well, it wasn't a logic story at all. It was just something
All
that I
right.
thought of looking at my desktop here. So I uh I recently downloaded this fan game for Bloons Tower Defense.
Yes.
Now, this isn't specifically a Bloons Tower Defense thing. There are fan games for all sorts of fucking genres and subgenres and what have you. So my I guess topic of discussion is what are your thoughts on games that are like basically fan fiction but with games?
Fan fiction. So
Games.
not just like a fan made game. Oh, I like the
No,
style of this
it's a
game. I'm gonna
fan
recreate it.
made game that's yeah, it's like basically just the fucking the same shit. Like fucking I'd say all the I want to be the guy games, but they're just so fucking vast now that I don't know that that's I think they've mostly become a genre now and not so much a fan game.
So one of the when it
If
comes to
someone made Super Meat Dude off of Super Meat Boy,
I think that's pushing it.
yeah,
In
but like
essence,
shit
if
like
it's the
that.
same game, you know, the Five Nights at Freddy clones, I don't like those, right? There are fan games that I
Are
do like.
those are the Five Nights clones? Are they paid games or are they free games? Because
Most of them are free.
this Balloons ones is free, and yeah, and
Yeah.
that's I'm wondering like, are free games all right and not free games not all right? Because I mean I don't think that paid fan games are like okay unless they're like brought in by the studio and there's some sort of
You
like
know,
unofficial tie-in.
I think there's
But
some
like if
legal stuff behind that. You know,
yeah,
if because there are copyrights on games, right? Because
yeah,
it's your stuff, you got to protect it, and that's where the reselling thing comes from. You can't just get a copy of the game and just resell it over and over. Same thing with like DVDs and things like that. The concept of a game is very hard to pin down, though. So if you can sell it, I'm not sure, but I think you can. Depending, if you steal like art and dialogue from the game, yeah, you're gonna have problems there. But if you redo the whole thing with different characters, but in essence, it's the same game, I
I
think you
mean
can
there's
do that.
the fucking the Galaxy and Turmoil game was supposed to be like a fan-made Star Wars Battlefront 3. But after Disney acquired the rights, they're like, okay, you guys can't do this anymore, and they just shut the whole thing down. So now they're like, it's Galaxy and Turmoil, and it's some like steampunk type fucking shit that's just like based on, not even based on it anymore, just has some coincidences with Star Wars.
All right, so we're talking about the essence of a game. Okay, to answer your question, fan-made games, something like Five Nights at Freddy's that doesn't have much to offer. No, I don't like those. If it's something like a tower defense game or something along those lines, there are lots of twists you can throw in there, and you can make it more interesting than the original game. I enjoy those, and I encourage people to go out and if they want to make if you want to make a game and it's the same as every other tower defense game out there, don't even try, right? It's
There's a fucking billion of them,
yeah.
likely.
There are clearly some that do it better than others. You know, if you just want to reskin a currently made tower defense game, go into your files and change the pictures around, right? See if I care. But if you want to put a genuine twist on a game that makes it more interesting and fun, I really like those. Some of the Slender games way back in the day did that. And I was like, "Oh, this is very interesting. I like this." But then eventually you got pretty much the same
The
game and it was like
trash.
Hello Pony, Hello Pony, Hello Kitty, and My Little
Oh,
Pony.
I thought that was actually a thing. I thought they just slammed those things together.
I should have just gone right past that.
You
You
could
wouldn't
have,
have known
yeah.
the difference.
I wouldn't have had a fucking clue.
It's like the weird SpongeBob ones, and they're just reskins of the original game. No, don't do that, right? I think that's a waste of your time. Now, going back to the concept of a game and reselling that, H1Z1, King of the Kill, and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. In essence, are they different games?
I don't know anything about any of them except for Player Unknowns, and it's not a good
It's
game objectively.
I don't know why people are freaking out about it and love it so much. You know, it's
Because it's
it's the
on
same as
Steam
every
and it
other
looks
game.
slightly better than the others, and you can I
Yeah,
don't know really complain if it's
H1Z1
got a slightly better.
H1Z1 King of the Kill is really fast paced. You drop in and immediately you get a lot of items, and it's all about skill at that point. Battlegrounds is more you drop in. Wow. You drop in. I need some
You
water
drop in,
eventually.
it's all about luck.
I'm sorry. I'm back in middle school. That happens a lot when I don't drink water for a large portion of time. Just I recess into a prepubescent boy.
You age backwards like Benjamin Button.
Hey, that don't say my name on the podcast.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Yeah, fucking Frank. It's not. Those are not our names. I'm not. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. You drop in. You build up, albeit not as fast as H1Z1. You do have to build up a little, and then it's all about skill, hiding, moving around the map. It's the same game. Are there different guns? Yeah. Are there different player models? Yeah. Is there a little bit of a different strategy? Guess what? You have different maps between the two. Of course, there's going to be different strategy.
I mean, now there's Fortnite too. That came out fucking like right after.
Fortnite puts a little bit of a twist on it. I
Yeah, 'cause they can like you can like build shit.
Yeah, you can build stuff, and
That's the twist part.
that's the twist part, and I embrace that. If you want to take an idea and build upon it, make it better, by all means do it. Something like H1Z1 versus Battlegrounds, they didn't change a thing. They added another map. You still drop in from an airplane, if I'm right about that in H1Z1. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's the map gets smaller as time moves on. You know, instead of a border, it's gas in H1Z1. It's what's the point? And albeit H1Z1, you know, when they tried to make a campaign, I don't think it was campaign, it was like zombies online mode. That was
They have
poorly
zombies
executed.
in Battlegrounds too. You can do a zombie mode.
That's true. And they're really fast, so I don't even know why they call them zombies. Let's call
They're
them
speedy zombies and not like shuffler zombies.
Sonic zombies.
And they just play like that.
Something like that. I I don't like the fact that it's out there. By the way, DayZ, horrible game. Absolutely terrible.
All those fucking games that are still in beta after like fucking a decade. It's like
yeah.
the fuck.
I A lot of people just make Kickstarter is a prime example. We can talk about this if you want, because I hate Kickstarter. You
Man, there's a
you
lot of
get your
that.
money's worth out of it. You make a couple $1,000s, and you're just like, you know what? I've moved on to bigger and better projects. You put yourself under a different alias, start developing a new game, and you know what? You get a bunch of crap for your old game, but you pocketed the money and you boomed on. It means nothing to you as a developer.
It's
I've
like
developed some
fucking
games.
what was that? Cube World? He
Cube World.
fucking he's like, oh yeah, thanks for the money, and then just fucking booked it. I think he came back later, but maybe
Oh
he spent all
yeah,
the money on blow. I don't know.
I remember that. It was awful. Cube World hasn't been updated in years, but some fans still play it. Well, you're dumb. There's a thing called Minecraft if you really want it that bad. Minecraft clones too. Hate them. Hate them with a passion.
Yeah, I don't really understand the whole voxel style. Like, it worked for Minecraft.
It worked
That
for
was like a
Minecraft
one
because
in
it
a
was so
million.
unique and it was the first of its time.
Yeah.
Just really? You gonna do that again? Guess what? There's already one out there. And everybody plays it who wants to play that type of game.
Dude, everybody and their fucking grandma has played Minecraft. It's on fucking Xbox and PS4 and the
Ickbok.
fucking Switch. It's on fucking
Just
phones.
I don't like Minecraft anymore. I really don't. I think it lost a lot of its charm when I was in my former years. By former years, I mean, oh, it's pretty new. It's a good game. I'm gonna play it. And I'm sure if I go back to it, there's probably gonna be some new stuff here and there. But I don't care about it
I'm
now.
playing Minecraft right now,
Right now,
but it's modded, so it doesn't count.
yeah,
Mods are
mods.
the only thing keeping this game alive.
That's very true. Terraria, I wish I could mod Terraria. My computer does not allow it. I think it's a very fun game modded, and there's a lot more you can do with Terraria than you can with Minecraft. Because you know what?
Man,
There's
you
boss
can only
battles,
do 2 dimensions. There's boss battles in Minecraft,
and they're garbage. I
and
hate
you
3D
can
boss
mod
battles.
them. You hate 3D boss battles.
Yeah, Super Mario 64. That's probably the only boss battle I like because you grabbed him by his tail, you spun him around, and you said, "So long, gay Bowser." That was it. It was simple. It was a simpler time back then. And now you got exploding
yeah.
fucking heads. You got pitchforks everywhere. I don't know where I got the pitchforks from.
I don't know where you got the exploding heads.
These, what is it called? The Wither. That's it.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
You
I
got the
never
fucking-
really fight the Wither, so
Yeah, nobody does. You know why? Because boss battle Minecraft suck.
you should add like an echoey sound effect to that.
Suck. And then I put the little suck face in. That's gonna be good.
You just put fucking what's her name with the fucking grapefruit in there, just to fucking picture of it.
You like
Lost my
memes,
place.
Cage?
Where was I? I love memes. Uff.
What's your favorite?
What's my favorite? Fuck, there's a lot.
Give me a favorite.
I like prequel memes. That whole genre is shit. I appreciate that. Animemes are pretty good most of the time.
Animemes?
Animemes,
I
yeah.
mean GIFs or just anime memes?
Memes.
The ear rape
Yeah,
memes get a little
you're
old.
I don't like those, and you link me those all the time,
I
and
don't link them
you put one on the channel.
Where?
What do you mean where?
I'm looking at it right now and I don't see anything.
Your Halloween shit.
Oh.
Yeah, on the
Boom,
YouTube
boom,
channel.
boom. I mean, get ready for Christmas if you like the Halloween one. And then New Year's after that.
And
It's gonna be
then Valentine's
litty.
Day. Dude, for Valentine's Day, you should just like fucking throw an egg at Molly and just boost her reaction.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh, dude, you are sneezing a lot.
I'm allergic to memes.
That's not good.
And I get in here and I straight meme. That's all I ever do. I'm gonna tell you right now though. It's 5:31. We got a couple minutes left to fill. I didn't write down the topic that I wanted to talk about. Cage, do you happen to remember what that topic is?
What, the one for next time?
The one for next time, but I was gonna say it now because I forgot what it was.
Yeah, fucking good luck with that. Fucking rewatch the episode and then write it down for next time.
I ain't gonna rewatch this episode.
Okay, fellas.
I don't have 40 minutes.
I mean, you just had 40 minutes.
I have 40 minutes to record. and then I edit the thing, and then I throw it up. That's like an hour and a half of work. On top of my job, on top of my good Christian household that I need to keep up.
You can just watch it tomorrow. You fucking.
Tomorrow's when it goes up.
Yeah.
Do you have any podcast recommendations?
You know, I did 2 months ago when I looked at podcasts.
Bitch, you were supposed to say, I heard the folks over at Before I Forget are great. Good
Well, man, you
quality
should have
Christian
fucking
content.
told me that beforehand, and I would have. Lauded. Is that the word I'm looking for? Our
Lauded.
Satanist values.
Before this podcast bits boring. And before I can't talk anymore and lose my ability to be comprehended by literally anybody, I think we're going to end this podcast off here. Sorry for the bit of scatterbrained content every now and then.
I've kind of just fucking jumped this on me last minute.
And Cage's mic is broken, so we're going to end it off there. Thank you all so much for watching. Cage, fix your mic, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye! You gonna say it? Yeah, fuck you too.